Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. So I'm going to bring you along with me on some prep I'm going to do for tonight's dinner. And because Tom's been out in the garden and he's picking some things. We got a really small head of cabbage, but it's ready to pick. I think we planted them, it's our first year trying it. We planted them too close for them to be able to get real big. So that's okay. We're going to use it anyway. We're going to make some coleslaw. So I'm going to use my 13 cup and I'm going to shred up my cabbage. I think I want it just a little bit thicker than that. There'll probably be enough coleslaw just for me and Tom, which is fine, because I don't need to pack today for his lunch for Monday, so it'll be alright. And we're not letting any of it go to waste. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shut that off, and I'm going to trade blades. I'm going to take my shredding blade off of there, and then I'm going to use this one. Now we got a bunch of small little tiny carrots and some radishes. And I mean they are small. The carrots are. And I got them all cleaned up last night. So we're going to use that to put into the how small these carrots are. They're real tiny. That's alright. It'll work for this. There's really no point in letting any of it go to waste, you know what I mean? Take that top off of there. Take this part out. And we're going to pour it into our bowl. If nothing else, it'll be very pretty. Look at that. See, that'll be plenty for him and I. And we didn't let anything from our garden go to waste. How's that? Isn't that beautiful? Alright, so I'll be back with the next step, what I want to do. Alright, so now we're going to make some dressing for the coleslaw. So let's bring you down here. We're going to start out with a half a cup of mayo, which, you know, is Miracle Whip for us. I actually used up that whole entire mayo jar, so I don't even have any left. We're going to do a tablespoon of white vinegar. I can get that top pop. There we go. So a tablespoon of white vinegar. We're going to do a half a tablespoon of cider vinegar. If you don't have cider, you can use regular white. The half a tablespoon. Now we need 2 teaspoons of sugar. And we need a half a teaspoon of celery seed. And then I'm going to use a little bit of salt and pepper. Now we're going to have dinner tonight early. It's going to be more like a early dinner, and then, excuse me, then we're going to have just leftovers later on when we're hungry. Because we didn't figure, here it is already 12 o'clock, and we didn't make anything for lunch. So we figured, why not do what we're going to do for dinner, and then later on when we get hungry, we can just eat the leftovers. Sounds like a plan to me, and then I only have to cook once today. Alrighty. Let's get that all added to our coleslaw. And let's get it all mixed together. Now remember, when it's sitting in the fridge, it's going to get more watery. So even if you think you don't have it covered well enough now, it will be. Because it literally breaks down. Tom's almost done with the garden. Battery ran out on the lawnmower, so that's not quite done yet, but that's alright. It'll get there. Alrighty. Oh, look at that. And they say to let it sit for a half hour anyway. So I'm going to take just a little bit of taste there. Let's see what I think. I didn't need 2 forks, just 1. Alrighty, let's try this. And it's all fresh out of the garden of my stuff. So that makes it even better. That is absolutely delicious. So I will put this in the fridge, and then I'll be back when I start dinner. Alright, so onward, upward to our early dinner, brunch, whatever you want to call it. So I am going to do what I would call a KFC night. So we already made the coleslaw. Now I'm going to make fried chicken. And the fried chicken, actually, this is from the food bank. It's already breaded, everything else. We pick up for a couple of our neighbors, and they did not want theirs, so they said, well, would you take it? And I'm like, yeah. I don't turn down free food. So it's already breaded and everything. I've got my oil. I'm not going to do a real deep oil. This oil's getting really expensive. And with the breading on that, I don't know how well I could recycle that oil. So I'll just have to flip it more, that's all. So there's the chicken in the frying pan. And then, of course, we're going to have mashed potatoes, and we'll have gravy, too. But I'm going to get the chicken starting to fry pretty good, and oil's nice and hot. I'm pretty excited. And then whatever's left over, we'll eat later if we're hungry. So Tom's back out doing yard work. I tell you, stuff gets behind when he works every weekend. So I'll be back, and hopefully this turns out really, really good. Okay, so now we're going to start flipping the chicken for the first time. Looks like it's a nice firm breading on there. Looks like it's going to be nice and crunchy, actually. How's that looking? Alrighty, so I'm going to keep frying the chicken, and I'm doing up a couple green peppers, actually, that we got out of the garden today. And then I will freeze those up for us to use at another time. So I'll be back. It's getting closer. It's at about 95 degrees right now, so it's got a ways to go, but it's getting there. And look how nice it's browning up. And then I wanted to show you, these are the green peppers from our garden today. We got 2 nice ones. So it's about a quart of green peppers that we can use later down the road. So I'll come back when it's closer to being done. Alright, so now I'm going to take out the wings. Those are done. We don't want to burn them, so we're going to take those out. And this is done. And this is done. The only thing not quite done yet is the breast. So it's getting there. It's pretty darn close. We'll get that breast finished up and then I'll show you what else we're going to do. Okay, so now the chicken is done. The only thing we need to do now is we need to make some brown gravy. I thought they used chicken gravy, but they don't. So we're going to get that mixed up. I'm using up the little packets that I have. I have a bunch of those little things. I think I got them on clearance or something over at the Amish store when we went up there. And I just want to get them used up. So we're going to get that heated up. And we're going to get this water boiling. Because we're going to use just bagged mashed potatoes. So I'm going to get all this stuff going pretty good, and then I'll be back and we'll get dinner on the table. Alright, so there's his dinner: mashed potatoes, gravy, fried chicken, and his coleslaw. Give her a try, Tom.
I'm going to wing it.
You're going to wing it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think it's pretty good. I'm going to go with that one.
You look like an animal. You want to try the coleslaw?
In a second. Gotta get that piece that was hanging down.
Oh, I see. Okay. He's getting a napkin. Oh, look at you and yourself.
Coleslaw all from the garden?
All from the garden.
That's nice. Cabbage and everything.
Yep.
Wow.
Radishes and carrots. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good for fresh out of the garden.
Seems nice to do that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what you forgot? But they don't need to see it, but your tomato slicers are still in the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, guys, so sorry we didn't have continuous videos today, but, well, Tom's home, so I didn't have to get in trouble. So you guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing. And bye, Tom.
Bye, Tom.